Hey guys, how's it going? RedMaster here, and welcome back to an episode of Casting Conflicts. This time we've got Asteroiy taking on vesaven. If you guys do enjoy this, be sure to let us know down in the comment section below. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the gameplay. Okay, so the first match we've got, it appears to be Viking Druid out of Asteroiy versus Pirate Druid out of Vesa. So, both Druids, what are you thinking right now, Banana?
I'm pretty sure Asteroiy is rocking the Reanimate deck. And then Vase is probably just running a generic Pirate Ramp deck with Druids.
Okay, but both went for the Druid route, which is interesting. We're probably going to see, obviously, a lot of companion plays. Maybe, I don't know, do you think Scope Fenrir is in Vase's arsenal?
Scope Fenrir is not really that good now that Fenrir got nerfed, so I probably wouldn't see it.
Right, but we do see Vase taking the aggressive approach here, going for both Elvish and Lumberjack right out of the gate. Asteroid's going to have to respond with the Rat King, which he has to coin into.
We already see the Rat King Mystic Journey in hand, which is really powerful.
Yeah, so we'll see if he decide, or if he even gets the combo. He's actually going to go ahead and risk Rat King a little bit here, as you can see for the Elvish Thief. We'll see if Vesa wants him to keep the upkeep. He's actually not going to be able to play Mystic Journey next turn, no? Because of that upkeep?
No, he wouldn't be able to. He probably wants him to kill it.
Right.
I would kill it too, just for the treasure.
And especially since you'd have to trade another rat into that, so it gives you more gold for his next turn.
Yep.
We do see, though, Asteroi's got some other tools. Oh, Parrot Rush. Not a card we see often. At least one that I haven't seen in quite some time. I think if you're Asteroiy, you just gotta trade with the Thief, maybe body block against the Parrots, right? The hand's not looking too
that's probably
strong.
what would happen.
He just drew his second temple, which isn't too pleasant. I'm gonna just put it that way. He can't summon the Centaur because he's 1 gold short. So he's gonna have to just body block here, giving Vesa the opportunity to react.
Yeah, the Bard's coming out, that's so big bodies with the Parrots.
Yeah, so not really a loss in health, if anything. Just more attack, followed up by the guard. So maybe, I don't want to say tokens, but definitely
It
more.
might be tokens, because Beastmaster.
Beastmaster, Hovel too. We haven't seen Hovel, but that's certainly a card in Pirates we see a lot. We're going to see the Centaur come out just to attack that guard. Can't really do much else considering the
All 3
third
temples.
temple.
Yeah.
Oh no. And Asteroiy is not happy about that.
Another armory.
So I can definitely see this being some kind of token buff deck. So Parrot's going to come in, hit a lot of damage here. Guards, Parrots, and if you're Asteroiy, you don't really have a lot of good options here, do you?
No, you don't. Yeah, it's looking real bad for him.
You just saw the temple block to protect from possible Parrot, I guess, even though we're going to see a blacksmith come
Another
out.
global buff.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. Basically
It's probably
well, leaving Asteroiy with 3 health. Even if, I mean,
another T-Rex, jeez.
all the top draws, and it's not going to be enough. So that's going to be a quick game 1 for us there. Not exactly what you want to see, but that one just was a lot of draw, right?
Oh yeah, he had real bad draws that game.
Pretty much. All right, let's see if we can get to them though, and see what they're thinking. All right, there you go.
We can hear him.
Yep, there you go. So how did that go for you, buddy? Could have been better.
Well.
I mean, we saw all 3 temple draws, and that was probably not what you wanted to see.
Oh, no whatsoever.
We were thinking you were going to maybe hold off with the Rat King, but the upkeep wouldn't have worked for you.
No, I
in the
didn't.
early stages.
Yeah, once I saw the Elvish Thief, I was just like, welp, this is going to go downhill fast.
Well, at least now you know what he's got, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I don't know if we have Vesa in the call still. If he does...
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, there he is.
Now we can hear you.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm here.
We were just actually going to ask you, so how did you feel about that one?
Well, I mean, I that one went well. I drew well, so I got what I wanted, and
Now,
I got lucky to get a good hand like that, so I was able to execute the way that I wanted the deck to execute.
now we kind of questioned once you got halfway through the match there. Did you have some kind of token swarm going there in the Druid Pirate? I mean, we noticed Parrot Rush, guards, and then a whole lot of global buffs after that. Was that sort of like the intention there?
Well, there's not a lot of tokens, but it's definitely a global buff kind of deck, and that's the reason why I'd run the Hassan Guard, is just because I'm running just about every kind of buff that exists in the game. And it is a swarm deck. I wouldn't call it a token deck. I do run Rat King, but other than that, I can't really any other token.
Right, right. I mean, we were questioning early on in the match, like if you had scoped Fenrir, but once we started seeing all the global buffs, we kind of just quickly snapped into the reality of, oh no, he's gonna throw every buff possible into this field right now.
Yeah, yeah. I'll go ahead and tell you guys, I don't run Scope and I don't run Fenrir.
That's fine. It's fine. I mean, both of which kind of slightly fallen out of play in those colors since Fenrir's nerf, I want to say.
Yeah, and I've still tried to experiment with Fenrir at 7 gold, but it's just not the same as when he was much cheaper.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
It's terrible.
That's one
It-
way to put it.
it's so much worse.
All right,
Yeah.
but with that being said, we've closed out game one. Would you like to hop into the second one? I think just about.
Yeah, absolutely. Should I run the same deck or
Well,
should I change it up?
I'll mention to that in a second, but for now, I'm gonna let the transition go through for these fine folks. All right, so we're back in with our second match now. Asteroiy does need a win here to keep himself in the series, but it's going to be a Warlock Crusader. Appears to be Dinos taking on the same token buff, not really token or global deck. We'll call it global deck. How does that sound?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so obviously both players are going to exchange lumberjacks here. I think we're going to see that trade go through. There it is. Lovely little draws there. Although,
It's interesting that he picked a Dino deck to counter a token deck.
right, especially since dinos, you don't see a lot of them. Like the T-Rex, the Dino Rider, the Nest. Not until turn 5, turn 6.
Yeah, looks like full-on dinos in this deck.
I mean, we see Lore Master. We've got Craxus. There's some late game stuff, certainly, but will it be enough to counter what Vase is going to throw out early? We do see the Hovel. We do see another Elvish Thief. I
You see
think,
the imp, that's real interesting.
yeah. I mean, I've always thought of Imp as a nice little 2-drop in Warlock decks in general. He's a very splashable unit.
Yeah, yeah.
So we do see the coin into Darkbender now. I think what Asteroiy is going to go for here is trying to lure the Elvish Thief in to take the trade with the Lumberjack, thereby forcing Darkbender to respond. Is this the best of what Asteroiy can do here in this scenario, though? That's the question.
Since he's running Crusaders, I'd probably just move the Lumberjack up so when Elvish Thief hits face, he can just heal it back later.
Get a more enticing trade.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I'm trying to think of what he's going to do here. I mean, Asteroiy is taking his time with his moves, as you can see. He hasn't moved, really, Darkbender or Lumberjack yet. Question is, where is... Ooh. He's really going to go aggressive with Darkbender, huh?
If he's got like a Spiny and a Bestial Rage, it'll kill the Darkbender.
Right.
I wouldn't have put it there.
And that is a very possible combo. We're still in Druids on Vase's side, so Spiny, Bestial Rage can take out Lumberjack, do enough damage to the Darkbender to where Thief can finish it off, although we don't have that. We do see Southport come up, and that's more ramp for Vase's side. Do you think he's setting up for more global buffs then, maybe?
That's probably it, yeah.
I mean,
He's already got the Hovel out.
he's got the Hovel. He's going to go for a total of 7 gold next turn. That's going to be enough for an Armory Smith play or Armory Bard play. We're going to see Lumberjack probably take the draw here, which is, good. He definitely needs it. draws into a Dino Nest. I am liking his later game setups here. T-Rex, 2 T-Rexes plus Dino Nest. That could do some good things, right?
Yeah, he's probably gonna be real good late game if he survives.
I don't know if he's going to though. There's the Centaur spine
Spiny.
removal. Yep.
Yeah.
Completely obliterates Darkbender from the equation here, leaving Imp with a lot of targets that aren't gonna really be. Yeah, that's what I was afraid
That
of.
was bad. Dino Rider and Spiny, and I don't know what else he can do.
I mean, maybe go for the captain removal with the Imp so he doesn't deal with the repost.
Oh yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah. Although now Thief looks like to take out that Dino Rider efficiently, considering he's got, you know. Or does he go Spiny trade, keep the Spiny alive? Yep, with the Bard.
Thief goes on face. He's gonna get more treasure.
Injured Trent just to show his face. How you doing? Oh,
Not looking good for him.
no. We're back in the first game. With how quick Vase's deck can move, it kind of did surprise me. He is going to get a little bit of something here. He's going to push back both the Rat and Trent. Spiny gets in closer, though. We're going to probably assume a Rat trade happens on the T-Rex. Spiny hits Vase, and Vase just
Yeah.
throws more at him.
The problem with dinos here is that it can't really set up.
He needs that nest. He needs something to stay alive for the nest play, and so far 2 of the 3 dinosaurs have fallen quite easily.
Robin's coming out, but he only has 2 cards left in hand.
We're probably gonna have to see. Yikes! I want to see T-Rex above the Spiny to protect it from. Because you mentioned he's in Crusaders, right? So he can heal away castle damage. And he does desperately need this nest to pop off.
Oh, he's going for the Bard.
He's going to go for the Bard Imp. Clears away
Yeah.
the Trent. But I do think he needs the T-Rex more than he needs the Bard. Unless he's saving for Craxus. We see Craxus in hand.
They won't do much, though, because he's got 2 rats coming in. Then the rest of his stuff. And Dragon's Fire would be the best pull right now.
Oh,
It would wipe the
absolutely.
entire board.
It would be. I think maybe that's what. I would assume he's probably going to try and Craxus here just to pull it, but if Vesa runs more units at him, it's game over.
Yep.
Because he doesn't have the tools.
Ooh, another Robins.
Another.
Oh, and the
no.
Parrot Rush. That might be game.
Again, Dragon's Fire clears this board.
That'd be so much value, yeah, it would kill everything.
It would destroy absolutely everything. He can still pull it.
He's got 1 chance.
Lumberjack to Spiny. Come on, make the draw. We want to see a game 3. Okay, Rat.
No.
No, he doesn't get it, folks.
He can push a lot of stuff away here, though.
He needs to take out that Spiny. Parrot's gonna fly
Yeah.
over him.
Oh, it's gonna kill it, yeah. No, he'll have 1 health. Oh, the Parrot.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
he just
okay.
messed up with the Furora. Yeah, he needed to kill the Spiny. Even if Vesa had a second buff, it would have been over, but now it's a definite over.
No, it would have killed the T-Rex once the Bard dies, anyway.
Right, well, it looks like he threw down an armory, so that is going to be the game. Unfortunate for Asteroiy not being able to push it into a game 3. But overall, very scary stuff from Vesa's side of the field. Whole lot of global buffs. I mean, maybe T-Rex not enough to punish it, but anyway, let's go to the players and see what both of them think. Alright, so we're
Hello.
back after the second game here. Not getting a game 3 as the series goes to Vesa, which I'm gonna throw out some congrats to Vesa now for that series win. Alright. I don't know if he's in. But anyway, Asteroiy going with the dinos as a counter here. Tell us the thought process behind that.
Well, I was intending to play some form of War Crew Burn. I had made a deck for it, but when I went to my deck screen, it wasn't there. So I chose the next best thing. So I just went with the War Crew Dinos, which I knew had some burn in it.
I mean,
We
yeah.
didn't see that burn, though. You drew a bunch of dinos.
Yeah.
The thing me and Banana were hoping for throughout the entirety of that, the last few turns that we kept mentioning, Dragon's Fire would have been an immediate clear of the board.
Yeah, I have 2 in that deck,
Right,
so not crazy unlikely, but it's like that's not too crazy.
right, right.
I was almost able to hold it off, but it was just a little too much.
Yeah, we saw that you weren't necessarily able to keep up with the swarm as it was coming in. You couldn't kill enough units per se, as more were coming down the line, which was a little rough, to say the least.
Yeah, I was looking for any of Witch Bolt or Blue Firebolt for the hovel as quickly as I could.
Right, right. That makes
So
sense.
the hovel just stacked up really.
Yeah.
He had the like parrot rush and all that too. There's not much you could have done.
It almost panned out, but in the end he just had too much to handle for the deck.
We'll see if Vasa's here yet. Vasa?
I'm here.
Oh, perfect. You were here. I just didn't know if you disappeared on us.
Nope, I'm here.
So, yeah, what were you thinking going in and then seeing dinos as your opponent?
Well, I saw the Tyrannosaurs, but I didn't really pin it as a dino deck, you know?
Right. I mean, we saw Dino Rider. We actually saw a nest sitting in the hand for a
Oh,
bit of the later
okay. Yeah,
portions.
there was that Dino Rider. Yeah, so yeah, I guess I kind of was thinking, that I was expecting, dinosaurs, but I just don't think he drew his optimal hand.
Right. So,
And you drew a great hand with that parrot rush, and you got the robins with it too.
Yeah, and my
Double.
my starting hand wasn't perfect, and I kind of drew into what I needed, so I got lucky on that regard.
I still think
This
it turned
is
out to be a good match regardless, though, right?
Yeah, that was definitely a good match.
Better than the first one, but just gonna leave that out there.
This is definitely a game where you're almost never going to have an optimal hand. So it's about how well you play with your suboptimal hands. Is typically
Absolutely.
how I like to
Yes,
look
sir.
at it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I think regarding the hand I had, that went really, really well. So I definitely
Right.
don't feel like that was a bad match or I got completely steamrolled at least.
No, no.
And Vesa just played really well for what he had, and he played it, I'd say, near perfectly.
Listen,
It
man,
was
if
just
it
an
was
awesome
ever a
match.
steamroll, I'll tell you right now, we don't want steamrolls here. We want content for these kind of videos. You know what I mean? But overall, I think a good series between both of you, right? And I guess for now, I'm going to throw it back to my future self to close out the video. Alright, with that being said, it's going to end off this edition of Casting Conflicts. Let us know if you guys want to continue this series. Be sure to let us know down in those comments section below. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It's the best way you can support us after all by clicking that subscribe button at no extra cost to you. And yeah, with that being said, guys, until next time, stay gaming.